Here's Johnny!
Horror cinema features a wide range of subgenres, each with its own unique combination of fear and fascination. From the intense emotions of horror films to the disturbing mysteries of supernatural stories, to the shocking effects of body horror and the psychological tension of thrillers, the genre offers something for everyone. Monster movies with their dazzling magic and found footage movies with their immersive realism are also part of this varied landscape. Many horror fans have a preferred subgenre, but most enjoy exploring a variety of the genre's gems, including those that defy traditional categories or combine multiple subgenres. Diversity is what makes this genre special. Horror films emerged as a distinct subgenre in the late 1970s and early 1980s, characterized by a psychopathic killer who stalks and murders a group of victims, often teenagers or young adults. The roots of horror films date back to films like Peeping Tom, 1960, and Psycho, 1960, but the subgenre really took off with John Carpenter's Halloween, 1978. Defining characteristics: a masked or hidden killer with a distinctive weapon, high body count with creative, often graphic kills. Final girl trope: a female protagonist who survives to confront the killer. First-person footage from the killer's perspective, they are often located in isolated places. Some of the most notable examples of horror films in the history of the genre include Friday the 13th, 1980, A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984, and Scream, 1996. In recent years, we have witnessed a resurgence of the genre, with notable titles such as Your Next, 2011, Happy Death Day, 2017, and X, 2022. Last year, we had creative horror films psychological thrillers focus on the mental and emotional states of characters, often blurring the line between reality and illusion. This subgenre prioritizes suspense and mystery over explicit violence or supernatural elements. Key features: unreliable narrators or perspectives, exploration of mental illness or psychological trauma, surprising plot twists, ambiguous endings that allow for various interpretations. Prominent examples include classics such as The Devil's Seed, 1968, and modern masterpieces such as The Silence of the Lambs, 1991, and Black Swan, 2010. In the last decade, critically acclaimed films like Runaway, 2017, The Lighthouse, 2019, Saint Maud, 2019, and Long Legs, 2024, have offered a potent combination of chills, dramatic tension, compelling characters, innovative storytelling, and...
Is it scary being an FBI agent?
The letter was left with the bodies. We have 10 letters like it over the past 30 years. And all of them signed with one word: Long Legs.
He'll kill. And kill again.
Oh, there she is. You could have played nice with me, but you didn't.
Put the gun down!
And now that has led to all of this.
Monster movies often feature creatures, often of enormous size or extraordinary abilities, as the main antagonists. This subgenre has its origins in classic literature, such as the works of Frankenstein and Dracula, and has been a mainstay of horror cinema since the Universal Monsters era of the 1930s. Main features: creature design is usually a central element. May include science fiction or fantasy elements. Often explores themes such as man's fight against nature or the consequences of scientific arrogance. It can vary from an exaggerated tone to a very serious one. Among the most notable and influential monster films are Godzilla, 1954, Alien, 1979, and The Thing, 1982. In recent years, we've seen plenty of other memorable monsters, including Cloverfield, 2008, which also stands out in the found footage category, The Host, 2006, A Quiet Place, 2018, and Godzilla -1, 2023.
The horror genre known as found footage presents films as if they were discovered video recordings, usually from the perspective of the characters experiencing the horror. This subgenre was popularized in the late 90s with The Blair Witch Project, 1999. Main features: use of handheld camera and amateur filming style. They are often presented as real events, generally low-budget productions. It is based a lot on the viewer's imagination and suggestion. Before Blair Witch, there was a film that revolutionized the costume style found in narrative cinema, the controversial Cannibal Holocaust, 1980, the first horror film to use this technique. The success of Blair Witch led to a wave of films in this subgenre. Many were mediocre and forgettable, but some became the best of the genre, such as Wreck, 2007, and Paranormal Activity. In recent years, we've seen great examples like Creep, 2014, Hell House LLC, 2015, Skinamarink, and The Outwaters, 2023.
Watch it, Alan. I'm shooting. Unbelievable. It's horrible. I can't understand the reason for such cruelty. Virginity.
Body horror focuses on the graphic destruction, degeneration, or transformation of the human body. This subgenre often addresses themes such as illness, mutation, and loss of control over one's body. Main features: graphic representations of body transformations or mutilations. Frequently includes elements of science fiction or surrealism. Explore fears related to infections, illnesses, and loss of bodily autonomy. Usually uses practical special effects. David Cronenberg is considered the pioneer of body horror. His films, such as The Fly, 1986, and Videodrome, 1983, explore the visceral transformation of the body, infectious diseases, and the interrelationship between the psychological, the physical, and the technological. Modern films that explore body horror are often called Cronenbergian. Some standouts from the 2000s include Cabin Fever, 2002, Contracted, 2013, Raw, 2016, Possessor, 2020, and Titani, 2021.
This party's over.
Yeah, but they're not working on something that'll change the world as we know it. Purging.
Where our greatest creations meet our deepest fears.
Something went wrong, Seth.
Those weird hairs that were growing out of your back,
I want to know what's going on.
what does the disease want?
Wants to turn me into something else.
Be afraid.
Folk horror usually takes place in rural settings, with ancient traditions and pagan or occult practices. This subgenre often examines the conflict between modern sensibilities and old-world beliefs. Main features: rural or isolated environments, themes of paganism, witchcraft, or ancient rituals, frequently features a protagonist who feels out of place. Explore the tension between modernity and tradition. Folk horror had its peak in the 1970s with iconic films like The Wicker Man, 1973, and Blood on Satan's Claw, 1971. In recent years, the subgenre has seen a resurgence with hits like The Witch, 2015, and Midsommar, 2019. Other notable films from the last decade include The Wailing, 2016, The Ritual, 2017, Lamb, 2021, and You Won't Be Alone, 2022.
Rob would have loved this place. It wasn't your fault, mate.
You know what they have on walking trails in England?
He's got a hand job on one of those once at a festival.
What can do that? Bear? Do bears do that?
I don't know, Dominic, I'm not the fucking bear expert.
I woke up last night and look at this. There's something up there in those woods.
Oh my God. What is that?
It's a warning.
Well, this is clearly the house we get murdered in.
Oh my God! 1, 2, 3.
In our last stop in the exploration of the main subgenres of horror, we find supernatural horror, which is often associated with religious horror. This subgenre focuses on forces that transcend the natural world, such as ghosts, demons, and other paranormal entities. With roots in Gothic literature, supernatural horror has been a mainstay of horror cinema since its inception. Main features: presence of entities or forces from another world. Frequently includes apparitions, possessions, or curses. Explore themes of faith and the afterlife. It usually incorporates religious or folkloric elements. Notable examples of supernatural horror films include The Exorcist, 1973, Poltergeist, 1982, and The Conjuring, 2013. Among the most acclaimed films of the last decade are Hereditary, 2018, The Witch, 2015, and It Follows, 2014.
Wherever you are, it's somewhere walking straight for you. All you can do is pass it along to someone else.
Yeah.
What did he really do to you?
Apparently, he used a fake name to rent a house in the city.
This isn't real, I swear to you, this is just some game.
I don't know.
Something happened. It's not what she thinks, okay?
Mom? No, it's me. Everything's okay.
Or it could be a stranger in a crowd. Whatever helps me get close to you.
The different subgenres of horror provide a variety of scares and thrills, each with its own way of generating fear. Whether you prefer slow-paced, atmospheric mysteries or intense, bloody adventures, this genre has something for everyone. By exploring these subgenres, fans can appreciate the depth and creativity that has kept these films popular for so long.